Welcome to The Know. I'm Brian.
I'm Ben.
Pour one out for Cliff Bleszinski's studio, you guys. Boss Key Productions. Today it bit the dust.
No more.
Yep.
After its competitive first-person shooter Lawbreakers flopped, the studio made a last-ditch attempt to stay afloat with a Battle Royale game. But it looks like it was too little too late.
Yeah, it's a sad reality in the world of video games. Developing new stuff, it's really expensive, especially new IP like Boss Key was doing. And without a hit, it's hard for any studio to stay afloat.
Bleszinski, who is well known in the industry for his work on games like Gears of War and Unreal Tournament, broke the bad news on Twitter this afternoon. Basically, he said that the studio was out of time and probably resources, and he needs to take some time off and regroup.
Yeah, he wrote, as of today, Boss Key Productions is effectively no more. 4 years ago, I set out to make a world-class video game studio, and I hired some of the best talent in the video game industry. They worked tirelessly to produce quality products, and while we had our ups and downs, I'd like to think we had fun doing it.
The studio's main release was Lawbreakers, which released last year, but didn't really find an audience, and its player base just steadily dwindled down to the single digits on Steam. While there was a hardcore group of Lawbreaker fans who were still hanging on, obviously that number's just too small. No game is going to survive.
Yeah, they had like an active Discord channel. The ones who did play, there were like a few dozen.
It seemed like it had a good community.
And
not a lot of numbers.
Yes, it got some good reviews, but it's crowded out there. In his statement, Bleszinski called Lawbreakers, quote, a great game that unfortunately failed to gain traction.
As a result, in what he called a last-ditch effort, we scrambled to do our take on the huge Battle Royale genre with Radical Heights. While that game was well received, Bleszinski said it was just too little too late.
Yeah, you might remember that Radical Heights, or at least an alpha version of it, launched into early access last month, and it was offered for free on Steam. Looked like they were maybe trying to do a little Fortnite move.
And it followed the successful formula of games like Fortnite and PUBG. 100 players dropping into a map, everyone fights until one is left standing. And Radical Heights was different aesthetically, though, with an 80s game show feel. And there was also a shopping system using vending machines, which Fortnite did eventually kind of drop in the game, that you could buy weapons from.
Yeah, despite being rough around the edges, it did get some attention. Even Ninja himself streamed it back in April, got some people watching, so there was kind of a little glimmer of hope.
But like CliffyB's said, it was too little too late and the studio folded.
Yeah, and Boss Key is definitely a labor of love for Bleszinski. He founded it back in 2014 after more than 20 years with Epic Games. That's where he did his best known work. CliffyB said at the time that he was coming out of retirement to make new games.
And he was joined by fellow former Epic employee and industry vet Arjan Brucey. At some point, the studio had 65 people left in it, although it's not clear how many were left when the studio folded.
But after Lawbreakers tanked last year, Brucey went back to Epic, and things never seemed to rebound for Boss Key.
Yeah, there have been signs for a while now that Boss Key was in trouble. We've reported a number of times over the last several months that Lawbreaker players' count has dwindled down to pretty much nothing.
Yeah, but Bleszinski, he kept insisting they weren't going to abandon it, and that he told GameSpot last fall, it's a marathon, not a sprint. We're going to keep iterating, keep working on it. So he tried.
He tried.
He really tried to stick with it.
It's a shame when you see someone who's really passionate about something and it just ends up dwindling. But finally, the studio waved the white flag last month, saying that they were halting active development on Lawbreakers and focusing on a new project, which was Radical Heights.
Yeah, and that makes sense from a survival perspective. Battle Royale genre, it's been wildly popular since last year. That's when PUBG broke out. Fortnite nowadays has kind of captured the #1 spot, but they got millions of players, they make tons of money.
But there's also something called too much of a good thing, and it could be that genre is now oversaturated, or at least Radical Heights just wasn't ready for the primetime yet.
Yeah, and remember about a month ago, Bleszinski even accused his old employer, Epic, of stealing his staff. He said in a tweet, hey Epic Games, could you please stop trying to hire away my team? We just launched Radical Heights and are really happy with how it's going.
They couldn't have been that happy about how things were going.
No, you're not that mad if you're happy. You're not anger tweeting former employers. At any rate, it's all beside the point now. It really highlights one of the sad realities of game development. Studios, they're in a constant struggle to stay afloat. It's especially true for small ones like Boss Key, who can't really survive a flop.
Heck, even a flop like Mass Effect Andromeda has put BioWare's future into question.
Yeah.
And there have been rumors around the industry that it won't be able to survive another.
Yeah, it's widely reported that they're pouring everything they got into Anthem, and if that doesn't work, maybe no more BioWare either. Anyway, as for Bleszinski, he said he's going to take some time off, reflect on things. He wrote, I need to focus on myself and family, as well as my Aussie Teddy, who is slowly fading from us. Aww.
If there's one thing sadder than a studio closing, it's a sick dog. Please get well soon, Teddy.
Bleszinski, he did leave the door open on a possible return in the future. He added, video games will forever be a part of who I am, and I hope to make something new again someday. However, I need to withdraw and take this time.
He then thanked the players and his employees and added that the servers for Radical Heights will remain up for the near future.
There you go. So yeah, sad thing whenever a studio goes down. People in the industry, though, were already sending in well wishes to Bleszinski, including the esports commentator Alex Golden Boy Mendez, who tweeted, "All the best to you and your family, Cliff. Looking forward to whatever you do next in this industry." So that's nice.
Yeah,
that's nice.
I'm excited to see what CliffyB will bring back.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows what the future will bring, but as of now, it sounds like he's taking some much deserved time off.
Yeah, take some time off, regroup. What do you guys think of Boss Key shutting down? Let us know in the comments.
And for all your gaming news, be sure to like this video, and if you're new around here, subscribe to the know.
Retirement to make new games.
And he was joined by fellow former Epic employee and industry vet, Arjan Brucey. Did I pronounce that right?
That sounds
Arjan Brucey?
Arjan?
Arjan?
Look, don't. Okay. I'm gonna
Just
need
roll with it?
I'm gonna need everybody who reads something, as far as a name, own it.
Yeah.